you're starting to choose you more, you will see people choose you less. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Mulan Lee channel, and as you can see by that title today, girl, I am doing an everyday makeup routine / a chit chat for self-care and self-love. Today's video is a sit-down type of video where we just chat, me and you, girl. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, like, what are you doing? Click that subscribe button and subscribe right now. Go do that right now. But if you are already subscribed, welcome back, Mulan gang. Before we even get into this, I wanted to just say personally that no one can bring you happiness but you. You cannot count on others to fulfill happiness. Happiness stems from within yourself and tapping into you. You are the only one that can make your own self happy, and you are the only one that can change your life. So I feel like if you've been called to watch this video today, it is time, like, it's time to start prioritizing you. Let's get into what you want. To help me along to stay on topic throughout this video, I did take my journal and like kind of journal down some things I want to cover. And yeah, so I stay on topic because y'all know I could talk way too much and I don't want to be talking about everything. And this video is about self-care and self-love. So I don't want to be jumping all over the place. Okay, first I would say, with dealing with self-love or self-care, you have to start prioritizing you. That's the first step. Prioritizing you. How do I prioritize my own self? I would start by spending more time alone, so I know like that I can stand alone. Because once you're surrounded with people all the time, then most likely you're doing things that they want you to do, and you have others in your ear influencing how certain things work in your life. Like any time that you could spend alone, like running errands, anything that you could possibly do that you would normally kind of do with friends, like even with going out to eat, take yourself out to eat, take yourself shopping, like do things alone, start doing things alone. And if you feel that you're uncomfortable being alone or you don't know what to do alone, that's how you know basically you haven't been doing too much inner work. You're not comfortable being alone. You need other people to bring you happiness. Y'all, I had to do my eyebrows off camera because I wanted to be able to focus, so I won't be doing them over and over and over, because y'all know the eyebrows is what set the tone for your face. But yeah, like I was saying though, you want to kind of like evaluate every action that you do in your everyday life and make sure that it's not others contributing to your happiness. You actually have happiness within. You know how to have fun and like bring your own self happiness in a way. So that's why I say spend time alone. If you do not really know what you like to do alone, that's okay. And not everybody knows their self-will, and that's fine, because we're at a young age. We're still learning ourselves. We're still growing as a person. So that's fine. Don't be scared. I would recommend you getting a journal. Journaling your talents, the things that you know, and if you just don't have nothing completely that makes you happy, or that you like doing, you really have some soul searching to do, I would say, because you really just kind of lost, like, and it's okay to be lost. Like, we all get in that area where we lost, like, what am I doing in life? What the fuck? Where am I going with this? You gotta find what makes you happy and thrilled. So that's why I would recommend the journal, so you can like kind of figure out yourself in a way. I would take the journal and necessarily journal down my insecurities, doubts, fears, my goals, my intentions, and like I said, your talents and everything. Like, you gotta journal every little thing, ideas, anything, because anything can contribute to you finding your passion, your true self. Every day you sit within yourself and you do things alone, you're going to figure out things to do. Like, if you don't have nobody to bring you that happiness yourself, you're going to eventually be forced to deal with yourself. And that's the goal of this journey, is to force yourself to learn yourself and figure yourself out. Because at the end of the day, you're living for you, not no one else. So it's best you know yourself well. Putting it down on paper makes it real. I lie to you not. When you put it in handwriting, watch that shit become reality. Like, really. You gotta work towards it, don't get me wrong, but just taking that step and putting it on paper, like making a plan and actually executing it itself, is the magic. That's when you tap into your magic, your power of controlling your own destiny and tapping into yourself. Really have faith in yourself, like that you're gonna be able to get through it. Like, you have to have faith in yourself that you're gonna be able to get through this journey alone. You can't stand alone. So I would be really committed into learning myself and the growth of myself. Like, I'm so committed in learning myself that I know I have to change things about myself that I would normally do. This journey is different, and speaking on that, everybody's journey is different. That's why we have to stop comparing ourselves. I feel like doing this self-love journey, if you can, refrain from being on social media too much. I feel like social media plays a big part in why we compare ourselves to people and our peers around us, because we have people our age that's overseeing. We like to compare ourselves to people like, this person is farther than me, I should be going so much farther. And sometimes that's still the joy of you doing stuff for you and living for you, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody has different opportunities. Everybody has different advantages. We all been given different paths in life for a reason. Your path is not gonna be like nobody else's. Just because what's her name got big off doing makeup or hair, don't necessarily means that's your passion. That might just be a talent or a good hobby for yourself, but that might not be the thing that really grabs people's attention. That's not what you meant to be really doing. Sometimes we let a lot of people influence what we are doing. So that's why I say, like, this is a good time to just spend time alone and really just kind of try to figure yourself out without being around others and watching others' lives go by, and then you wondering why your life ain't where it need to be, because you haven't prioritized yourself. You haven't put yourself first. You haven't really been trying to get to know this person. That's the problem. A lot of us do not know ourselves. Journaling will help you get in tune with your feelings and emotions. Learn, where do your emotions and your feelings stimulate from. A lot of us self-sabotage our own selves. Like, our mindsets is what really hinders us from being our best self or knowing ourselves or completing our goals, because we talk so negatively on ourselves, or we're in our head a lot. And I know it's hard, because like, we all want to wonder, like, how the fuck this shit gonna happen? How the fuck, like, we all be having our doubts about things. But the plan is to find out where those doubts come from and really deal with them. Where do they stimulate from? So the tough questions like, why don't I believe in myself when it comes down to this? But I can sit around here and support other people and stuff. Like, what is it about myself that I feel like that I can't get what this person has got? Sometimes you need to ask yourself the tough questions. So I would recommend you dealing with your emotions and really getting in tune with why you feel the way you feel. The more you dig into asking yourself the tough questions and dealing with the tough things, which is working through your shadow self, the more stuff will come aligned for you, because you know yourself and you're working towards fixing those things about yourself. I feel like you have to be very patient with yourself. Like, sometimes we be trying to force change on ourselves when change takes time. This journey takes time. Everything just basically take time. Stuff is not going to happen overnight. And sometimes we give ourselves anxiety by just setting these standards. Stuff take time. So be really patient with yourself on this journey. Like, take things step by step. Make a plan. Like I said, journaling is going to be your best friend throughout this journey. I cannot stress this enough. If you do not, by the end of this video, if you do not get a journal, like what was all this for? Like, what was it for? But basically, the journal is the blueprint. Planning things through is another thing. You have to have a plan. Make sure you're being kind to yourself also. Like I said, some people are very negative to how they speak on themselves and how they speak to themselves. Anytime you have a doubt or you have a negative thought, change it around with something positive right in that moment. Say the opposite. Even if you don't believe it, just sometimes you got to be a little delusional. And it's okay to be delusional when you speaking on yourself, but just don't be delusional when you speaking on nobody else. That's just how I see it. Sometimes you got to tell yourself stuff to make yourself, because whatever you tell yourself, you will actually believe. Like, why is it that we can tell ourselves all these negative things about ourselves and we actually start to believe it, or we be inactive because we believe these negative things, but when it comes down to saying positive stuff, we don't believe it. Sometimes you got to be delusional, shoot for the stars, and tell yourself the things that nobody is going to tell you. Make sure that you're open to learning new things about yourself, and just know you're never done growing. Like, oh my God, I just got some makeup on my shirt. It doesn't matter how put together your life is. You're never done learning and you're never done growing. Talk highly on yourself. Like, that's a big thing. You have the confidence really align. People that are confident is more likely to achieve their goals than somebody that's not. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell else is going to believe in you? Come on now. So that's why we got to start these journeys. And also being on your self-love journey and learning yourself will actually draw in the people, your like soul tribe people, like the right man for you, the right friend group, everything. So if you feeling like you in a place where nobody around you right now is like really like for you, it's because you don't know yourself. You're not aligned with your higher self, so you cannot attract your real people. You're attracting what you are. We are a mirror of who we hang around. You need to figure out positive outlets, because it will get frustrating some days that you spend time alone or you do things personally alone. Things will get pretty complicated. I will tell you some of my personal outlets that I do. Some outlets for me is meditation. I figured that I really like music. Music is something that gets me going. So I know when I'm doing homework and I'm frustrated, I play music. When I'm in a bad mood, sometimes I play music. You got to figure out what works for you. Like, really learn yourself. Once you have control over your actions, your thoughts, and what manifests, you become a goddess in a way. Like, you're going to tap into your goddess energy. Real shit. Like, I'm not even lying to you. You got to be above shit. You got to know yourself, bro. You got to know yourself. I'm just putting makeup everywhere. Make sure you're recognizing the growth that you didn't have in the year that you was once praying for. So you always want to show gratitude and just look back on the things that you are accomplishing in life. Because sometimes you might just be overlooking the success that you have already. We tend to do that a lot. Like, we always praying for new things, but yet we haven't praised the things that we was once praying for. Like, always look back. And that's a good thing. Like I said, with the journal, being that I set my intentions and goals, I can go back and always like cross out the things that I did and just like show gratitude. I recommend you not to push yourself so hard. Like I said, things take time. So the days that you just feel like you just need to rest, even though you committed to doing these things, you start a routine. Like I said, routine do creates stability and structure. So like, I would recommend creating a routine. But some days you're not going to feel like doing it. Don't feel like you're obligated to just keep going hard. Give yourself downtime also. That's part of self-care. Do times when you just follow whatever your heart wants you to do for that day. If you want to lay in bed all day, do that. Do that by all means, because you live it for you. You got to give yourself downtime. You got to give yourself time to relax. During the self-love journey, you will see people start to disappear, and that's okay. Because obviously, once those people do not understand that you're just getting yourself together for you, and you're starting to choose you more, you will see people choose you less. And it's just because they're not meant for you, and that's okay. Sometimes certain people just come in your life for certain journeys and certain steps, and that's okay. They most likely serve their purpose, and it's okay to let them go. Stop clinging on to people that's not choosing you. That's another thing we have to accept. And you have to take accountability. Ooh, let's talk about accountability. I had took and put my lashes on off camera, But holding yourself accountable is basically accepting and stop blaming other people for the way your life is. That's a big step. Sometimes people are the reasons why we are like that, but now you have no excuse on why you still are like that. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, that person did this to me, and now I could choose to just forgive them and accept that that's how they were, and I'm not going to let them control how I am. You cannot let people make you a bad person. You can't keep blaming people for the way your life is. You now have the power and ability to make your life what you want it to be. I don't care what nobody say. We control the way our life turns out. Yeah, we have all this stuff in the way of what we have to do and what we focus on at times, but for real, we are the creators of our own life. When you wake up in the morning, who chooses what you do from that point on? You, right? You choose whether you're going to eat breakfast, brush your teeth, or what the fuck else you going to do. So, from that point on, you make decisions for yourself in your life. And if you have children, you make decisions for their life also. You want to start taking accountability and accepting things for how they is and choosing to change those things. You must step out your comfort zone. Y'all, we just want to begin healing and taking accountability and like just taking charge of your own destiny and your own life. Prioritize you. You only live once. And you're living for you at the end of the day, nobody else. So it's all about making yourself happy and enjoying your time here. Building your legacy. Okay, so I'm going to set my face before I do the blush.
And highlight. Ooh.
Yeah, I just want to brag on this blush palette I had got from Amazon. The third shade. And yeah, and I just take it and it really adds like a more like flirty look, you know, to your makeup. So now we're gonna just take our highlighter, you know, add a little glow to you. And for my nose, I just take my finger and kind of like, you know, dab it, not too much, and then I do the bridge. So I'm gonna add some eyeliner underneath my eyes. I like to take my Julia palette. Yeah, this palette is also good. And I kind of just put it in the crease of my eye to give me that look. I don't normally do no eyeshadow on it every day. Lastly, for my lip combo to top it off, I use a Professional Kiss New York brown pencil. Then I use regular coconut oil, and you would just need some butter gloss in the shade Cream Brulee. This is the finishing everyday makeup look. Close up and personal, get into it. You have reached the end of this video. Thank you if you have watched to the end of this video. I appreciate if you are subscribed and you still keep up with me. Try to keep up with me on my social medias. They'll be linked in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment below if this helped you in any kind of way. Thank you for watching to the end. Bye.